Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Car Talks with Nathan. I hope you got rid of that stupid intro by now, Johnny. We're in the GT500, ladies and gentlemen. This is Car Talks with Nathan. If you don't know what Car Talks with Nathan is, then you haven't been around very long, or you haven't been around at all. What am I trying to say? Car Talks with Nathan is a show where I drive a nice car like this, and we talk about success, business, YouTube. We talk about basically how to get you better, but at the same time, we have fun with it, and it's a good time. Like I said, let's talk about the car first, and then we'll talk. The car, we are in a GT500. Beautiful, beautiful. Check out the carbon fiber on the hood, dude. I don't know if you can see it from the camera angle.
You can barely see it, dude.
Barely see it. I installed that this weekend. I paid $1,000 for carbon fiber. You see, when you get big boy money, you can spend it on stupid things like carbon fiber for your hood.
Dude, I don't even have $1,000 in my bank account.
I have that. No, Johnny, get out of here. You're lying. You're lying. We're gonna have a bigger conversation after this. If you know, I know how much you get paid. You definitely have more than $1,000. Otherwise, you're blowing everything, dude. That's messed up. Cool. I hope today one of your questions is about financial advice because it looks like Johnny needs it. But basically, Johnny's gonna ask me 3 questions. I have no idea what the questions are. I've never heard the questions. I don't have a script prepared. I'm just gonna riff from the heart, from the brain.
Question number 1: how can creators or entrepreneurs stay motivated when it feels like no one's watching them or paying attention to them yet?
How can you stay motivated when no one's watching you? I think, in my opinion, these are 2 different things. Staying motivated is one thing, and people watching you is another thing. Let's touch on the people watching, because that is something that you have to earn. That's not something given to you. That is something you have to work for incredibly hard. You don't just get 100,000 subscribers. You have to earn all of them. Like, they don't just come across your desk one day. You're not gonna get them from one singular video. You're gonna get them from the combination of hundreds of videos. But the motivation thing, look, motivation is different for everyone. I always like to look at motivation as drive instead of motivation. Like, what drives you to do something? And the reality is what I've discovered is you're either driven towards something or you're driven away from something. So if you're driven towards something, maybe you're driven towards a better life. You're driven towards wanting to have a nice car. You're driven towards wanting to have money to travel the world, whatever it is. If you're driven away from something, maybe you're thinking, oh, I don't want to live like my friends. I don't want to work this job anymore. I don't want to live this life anymore. You're driven away from something. So when you have some sort of drive, you have to use that to your advantage. So when I started YouTube, I had a drive, and you can have both, by the way. I had a drive towards something, but I also had a drive away from something. My drive towards something was wanting to have a nice car. I was a huge car guy, and I really wanted a Lamborghini. That was like, I thought about it every single day. I kid you not. Some people might think that sounds stupid, but I thought about it every day. And then the drive away, I was being driven away from just having and living a normal life. And I know that sounds stupid. I was thinking about this stuff when I was in high school. I was like, I really don't want to live a normal life. I don't want to work in a boring office and live a normal life. Like, I only have one life to live. This is the only life I'm going to get. And how am I gonna just live it normally? Like, that sounds, honestly, just made me depressed. So I had a drive away from living a normal life. I wanted to do something crazy. I wanted to build a big YouTube channel. I wanted to do exciting things with my life. I wanted to build a company. I wanted to make a lot of money, all of these things. So that was my drive towards something and away from something. Me having that drive motivated me. It inspired me. It gave me passion. It gave me excitement to wake up and do things, even though I didn't really have motivation to do it. Because I'll be honest, like, the first couple years, it took me 3.5 years to get my first video to 1 million views. And that's just my first video. I wouldn't even consider myself successful at that point. So 3.5 years of working hard every day, every week, every summer, and just not seeing very many results. But I used my drive to kind of fight that because I had a dream. I had something I was chasing. And each day I was getting better and better and better. And I continued to chase improvement. I continued to chase more subscribers, more views. I was chasing these numbers, and every single day, those numbers would change, right? Some days they wouldn't change at all, but some days they would go up a little bit. Like maybe this video went up by 20 views, or maybe maybe I gained 2 subscribers, right? It was always these little tiny improvements. And the further I got improving, the more I realized, well, I can't quit now. Like, I remember when I got to 1,000 subscribers, I thought to myself, I got to 1,000 subscribers. I can't quit now. I gotta try to make it to 2,000. Why would I quit at 1,000? And then when I got to 10,000 subscribers, I thought the same thing. I said, oh, I made it to 10,000 subscribers. Surely I can make it to 20,000. Why would I quit now? And it just kept going and kept going and kept going. And motivation for me, sure, motivation was there, but it was kind of out of the picture because it was just up and down and up and down. But I used the drive, I used the dream as a way to push me through the hard days where I didn't feel like making videos. Hopefully that makes sense. Again, like I mentioned in the beginning of this, everyone's different when it comes to motivation and drive and all of these different things. And you just have to figure out what works for you and what's gonna help you move the needle on the days that you don't feel like it. Because if you can figure out something to help you work on the days that you don't feel like it, imagine how productive and how good you're gonna feel on the days when you do feel like actually making videos and working towards your dreams. And that obviously moves into discipline as well. You gotta be very disciplined to have high levels of success in your life, because that's just reality. You're not gonna feel like doing it every single day. It's impossible. Even some of the people chasing their dream jobs, they have days where they don't feel like it. I mean, you can ask any gold medal Olympist. I guarantee you, if you ask someone that has a gold medal and you say, hey, do you wake up every single day motivated, ready to win another gold medal? They're gonna say, no, of course not. There's so many hard days that people don't see. So hopefully that makes sense.
That makes a lot of sense. Getting deep today, dude.
Getting deep, bro.
So building off of that, question number 2, how can someone build discipline if they've never had structure or accountability before?
That's a good question. So discipline, in my opinion, starts with very small things and will slowly lead to bigger and bigger things. For example, going to the gym is something that a lot of people struggle with. They struggle to stay consistent in the gym. But to be honest, going to the gym is very easy. Like, the working out part is hard, but actually going to the gym is what people struggle with. Do you ever have those days, Johnny, where you know you need to go to the gym, but you're like, man, I really just don't feel like getting up and going. But once you're at the gym, you're good, you're working out. So actually getting there, getting yourself to get started at something is the hardest part. So if you understand that getting yourself started at something is the hardest part, then you can kind of defeat that mindset by understanding that. And if you know that once you get into the gym, you'll be good, then you can just kind of jump over that hurdle. Obviously, it's not the easiest thing to do, but you start with small things like that. Maybe it's going to the gym. Maybe it's waking up at a certain time. Like, hey, I'm gonna be disciplined to wake up at 6 o'clock every morning, or 7 o'clock, or whatever. I'm gonna be disciplined to making my bed every day. I'm gonna be disciplined to taking my dog on a walk every day. Whatever it is. You start with something small. Try to do it for 2 months. 60 days. Do it for 2 months, every single day. Whatever that is, whatever thing you're trying to get disciplined at. And then I want you to look back 2 months and be like, wow, because you start to realize that after you do something for about 2 months, it's no longer a discipline problem. It actually forms into a habit and it becomes a part of your life. And then it's a part of your day-to-day routine. And if you don't do it, you feel like a piece is missing out of your puzzle. So you want to go and do it. So the real question is like, how do you turn these disciplines into habits? Just like, think about this. Johnny, you brush your teeth every day?
Every day.
I hope so.
Twice.
That's a habit, right?
That is a habit, yes.
If there's a day that you don't brush your teeth, would you know? Would you think to yourself like, man, I think my breath is gonna smell bad because I didn't brush my teeth this morning? You would know that, right?
I would feel disgusted with myself.
You would feel disgusted, exactly. So whatever discipline thing you're trying to develop in your life, if you can do it for long enough and turn it into a habit, just like brushing your teeth, just like putting on clothes, just like showering, just like putting your shoes on. If you can do that, that's how you develop discipline. It's really that simple. It's just like, the problem is getting it started. Getting it started is the hard part, getting it going. But after you get it going, it just becomes part of your life. It's really easy. Like, don't overcomplicate it, guys. Like, it's just like, if you want to do something, then just do it every day and do it 2-3 months in a row, and then eventually it's gonna become a habit. It's gonna become a part of who you are, and you're gonna feel lost without it. It's just like, think of something that you do every day, and imagine removing that thing from your life. Like, for example, if you eat breakfast every day, imagine not eating breakfast anymore. That would be kind of weird, right? It's the same way, like, I am so disciplined to making YouTube videos. I've been making YouTube videos for 12 years, every single week. if I have like there was one week where a lot of the team was off and they were traveling, and there was one week where we didn't film anything, and I thought I was gonna lose my mind. It was the weirdest feeling ever. I was like, what is happening? What is happening? My world almost felt like it was crumbling because we didn't film any videos for an entire week. It was so weird, but it's because it's become such a part of my life for the last 12 years that like if I don't go a week without filming videos, I feel like, I don't know, I just feel like out of touch. Like I'm like, what just happened?
Did I know exactly what you mean on that part?
Yeah, so.
Oh, last question. Kind of like a follow-up to the question we just answered. Question number 3. What advice would you give to someone who keeps starting but never follows through? So it's the person that says, next week, I'll start next week. And next week comes and they start, but then they fail and then they keep starting again.
Yeah, I've ran into a lot of these people. I've even employed people like that. And they don't work here anymore.
Dude, why are you looking at me for, bro?
I'm not looking at you. I'm looking at the camera, bro. I mean, the simple answer is don't be that person. Because when are you ever, like, you're just delaying your success. I mean, why? Look, I get it. It's hard to start something new. It's hard to change. It's hard to get out of your comfort zone. But that's what life is all about. If you're gonna stay comfortable your whole life, then, you know, I don't know. I'm trying to think of something that's like not rude to say.
Did I say just be real, dude?
Dude, you're just weak. You're weak. You're the weakest human in society right now. If I'm being completely honest. If you're watching this and you think you're a man, you're not a man. Because, like, that's not what a man would do. A man is not going to say he's going to start tomorrow when he realizes that tomorrow might not exist. Just saying. I mean, I think if you keep delaying things and you keep saying, I'm gonna start tomorrow, I'm gonna start tomorrow, I'm gonna start tomorrow, the reality is your dream isn't strong enough and you don't care about it enough. I always tell people that if you want something bad enough, you'll figure out a way to get it. I truly believe that because it's so true. Because like I wanted to be successful on YouTube so freaking bad. I dedicated my entire life to it. I cut friends out of my life. I worked on weekends. I worked every single summer. The second I got out of it, I tried to graduate early, not because like I was smart or anything. I actually almost failed and didn't graduate. I wanted to get out of school as fast as possible just so I could film more YouTube videos. I mean, I did everything under my power to just make more videos, better videos, and just constantly improve, surround myself with people that make YouTube videos. Every single friend I have today, every single one is in the YouTube space, which to some people might sound sad, but I say that to show you how dedicated I am to this life. And it's like, if you don't have that level of dedication going into something, but at the same time you set out these big goals that you want to achieve things, that just doesn't add up, my friend. And that's just it's the reality that you want to live one day will never be a reality. It's just not gonna happen. Now, if you just have normal goals, like that's okay. Like, you know, start tomorrow, start next week, who cares, dude? The fries gotta flip themselves this month and next month. So like it doesn't really matter. But if you have big goals, like I'm talking like, you know, you wanna run a multi-million-dollar business, you wanna get 10 million subscribers on YouTube, you wanna change the world, you wanna do whatever you wanna do, like there's no starting tomorrow. If anything, you should be mad at yourself for not starting 2 years ago. Because that's how I was with myself. I started my YouTube channel in 2012, but I was mad I didn't start in 2008 when YouTube started. That's the way I look at it. Everyone's different. I don't know. I think if you have trouble getting started, then you're not built for success, if I'm just being honest. Getting started is the easiest part. Getting going is the easiest part. Staying in the game when things are difficult and hard and you feel like your entire world is crumbling around you, and no matter how many hours you put into a video, it still fails, but you still decide to keep pushing through that and keep making better videos, that's hard. Getting started is not hard. Doing that is hard. Just know that if you're having this much trouble getting started, maybe this wasn't for you, because just being honest, like I just don't want you to start something then waste 6 months of your life and just give up when you know in reality you were probably gonna give up anyways because you had trouble starting. People just have to be realistic, right? And not everyone's built for success. Not everyone's built to have 1 million subscribers. Not everyone's built to have millions of dollars. Not everyone's built to be an entrepreneur, whatever it is. And that's okay. There's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with that. I'm not putting any types of judgment towards those people, but I am putting judgment towards the people that think they want that, but in reality, they just don't understand how hard it is and they think it's an easier path. Like I saw this meme the other day where it was like, I want to quit my 9-to-5 job to be an entrepreneur. And I was like, That makes no sense. You want to quit your but the meme was like, I want to quit my 9-to-5 job to be an entrepreneur so I can control my schedule and control my time and set my own hours. And I was like, this is the stupidest thing I've ever heard. Because if you're going to quit your 9-to-5 job to become an entrepreneur, congratulations, you just got yourself 3 more jobs. You're not working 9-to-5 anymore, bro. You're working 5 to 9. Your hours just doubled. You know, I don't know. Those are the people that I'm talking to specifically about this. So if that is you, let me know in the comment section below. I would love to have a conversation. No hate. Let's just talk. Let's talk. I want to help you figure out your life. I don't want you to waste months or years of your life trying to figure out what the heck's going on and why you keep failing at things when in reality you pick the thing that you couldn't even do to begin with. It's like me trying to become an engineer. Actually, no. Better example. It's like me trying to become a basketball player. Bro, I'm like 5'4".
Yeah,
I'm like 5 foot. Anyways, there's just no way. It's just not gonna happen. Like, as much as I love basketball, it's just like not gonna happen.
And that's the episode for today.
That's Car Talks, ladies and gentlemen. Let us know in the comment section below questions you have. Questions. We need questions. We don't get questions. No one asks us questions. And if no one asks us questions, I'm just gonna delete this YouTube channel. So have a good day and we'll see you next week.